They were messengers sent by God. As they drew near, one of them, who was the Lord himself, called out to Abraham, "I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah your wife will have a son." Sarah overheard this promise from the tent, and she laughed to herself. She was old, far beyond childbearing years, and the thought of having a child seemed impossible. But God knew her heart. He asked Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh? Is anything too hard for the Lord?" Abraham, though confused and amazed, trusted God. Sarah, too, was touched by God's words, and in time, her faith grew stronger. 1 year later, as promised, Sarah miraculously became pregnant, and she bore a son. In the joy of that moment, Sarah exclaimed, "God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears about this will laugh with me." She named her son Isaac, which means laughter, to remember how God had fulfilled his promise in such an incredible way. Isaac's birth was a sign of God's faithfulness and power. Abraham and Sarah knew that nothing was impossible for the Lord, and their faith in him had brought them a miracle. One day God called to Abraham, saying, "Take your son Isaac, whom you love, and sacrifice him on a mountain I will show you." Though heartbroken, Abraham trusted God and obeyed without hesitation. He traveled with Isaac for 3 days to the mountain. As they climbed, Isaac asked, "Father, we have the fire and wood, but where is the lamb for the sacrifice?" Abraham replied, "God will provide the lamb, my son." At the top, Abraham built an altar and bound Isaac on it. Just as he raised the knife to sacrifice him, God called out, "Abraham, do not harm the boy. Now I know you fear God because you have not withheld your son." Abraham looked and saw a ram caught in a thicket. He sacrificed the ram in Isaac's place. In that moment, Abraham knew God would always provide. He named the place Jehovah Jireh, the Lord will provide.